G'day, Steve Morgan here, back at Australian Bass Tournaments headquarters after what was a very wet and windy finish to the Glenbawn event. It was the Ecogear Glenbawn qualifier. It ended up being the first event of the 13 Fishing Bass Pro series in 2021 after, of course, that cancellation down at Blue Rock earlier in the year. Now, I've got Sean Walsh with me, first-time non-boater and winner of the non-boater division this weekend. Sean, you're a Muswellbrook local, but tell me what your normal Glenbawn Dam experiences entail, mate. You said you haven't got a boat. You do a lot of bank walking out there.
Yeah, do a fair bit of bank fishing, and then I got a couple of mates with boats. So when they head out, I try and tag along, and yeah.
That sounds like it sounds like non-boating is, of course, the way it works in ABT. A non-boater without a boat gets on the boat with someone who's got a boat, and you swap boaters every day. So you not only get to learn a few new techniques, but you get to experience some boats, and you're able to get out on the water, mate. Your first ABT experience, one shot, one kill. You must think it was all right.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty good. I'll have to do it another couple now, I think.
How did you get into non-boating? You said someone introduced you to it. Who introduced you to non-boating?
Yeah, workmate Tim Ray. He's done a couple of non-boaters before, and so recommended it. Said it's a great experience and learned lots of things. So yeah, I thought why not? I'll give it a go, and yeah, it turned out pretty good.
That's right, isn't it? And did you walk into work with the trophy saying, mate, how come you haven't got one of these?
No, definitely I didn't do that. I don't know how we'd go about that, but
yeah. Oh, mate, it's a good experience. Let's have a look through your bags for the 2 days. On day one, you got 5 out of 5 for 5.005 kilos. And on day 2, your 5 fish limit went 3.71 kilos. So you're the only angler in the whole field that actually weighed in their full 10 fish limit. Take us through the 2 days with who your boater was and what your techniques were. Let's start with day one. Who were you fishing with on day one?
I had Steve Muldoon on day one. We fished a couple of grassy banks to start with and found a few schools. He was throwing a chatterbait to start with, and I was throwing a little beetle spin.
Yep.
With the bait junkie trailer. So yeah, and ended up getting a few hits on that, and then we got our bag, a couple of smaller ones, and then we just upgraded throughout the day. We did all right on the Saturday. We got plenty of fish, but yeah, a few of them were a bit smaller.
It ended up you got over 5 kilos on that first day, 5 fish for 5.005 kilograms. And when we talked to Steve at the weigh-in, he said that he got some good fish, he got some good upgrades, and he was reasonably confident that it would, the pattern would sort of hang in on day 2. But as we all know, it got windy and rainy, and everything changed, and those fish changed for him. Luckily, you changed to a different boat on day 2. You were fishing with Anthony Thorpe, and you weighed 5 fish for 3.71 kilos. Tell me about the adjustments that you guys had to make to keep those fish coming in on day 2, because Steve couldn't get a limit the next day, but you guys could. What did you do?
We tried more of the same stuff as Saturday, really. Anthony was sort of fishing close to us on the Saturday, and he sort of found a few fish, same off grassy banks and points like that. But we couldn't get them to bite to start with, and we had to change up. We tried using a few chatterbaits, and then we still couldn't get any hookups, so we put some assist hooks on the back, and we started getting a few then. But yeah.
That's awesome, mate. And it's those little changes, I think, that do make a difference. If you can tweak something, tweak your lure, tweak your technique to just get, 20 or 30% more bites in the day, that's the difference between 3 or 4 fish and a full limit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't get any hits until sort of after lunchtime. And Anthony said, yeah, give this a go. And yeah, we tried that. Got one. I got an upgrade for the limit, which was good.
Yep.
It's good to help out.
You betcha. And what was the bait you used on the second day? Have you got an outfit there you can show us what you were using?
Yeah, I've got an Atomics Arrow rod, 6-foot rod with a dial touch letter on it.
Yep.
And I've just got Little chatterbait on there with some Ecogear assist hooks.
Nice.
Camo colour.
So you use those assist hooks on the chatterbait. So if they're short striking at it, you're just catching them in the lip that right in the tail of the skirt.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and nearly every fish that we caught on the chatterbait, it was just hooked in the lip. So it was a very finicky bite.
Yep. What chatterbait were you using there? What brand and what sort of size is it?
Oh, I can't remember the brand, to be honest.
It's just a chatterbait.
It's a 5/16.
Yep.
Chatterbait, only very little.
Yeah, so that's only just over a 1/4 ounce, that is. And if it's that light, do you have to sink it down to get it down, or are you fishing it quite shallow?
Yeah, sink it down, try and get it to the bottom, try and get as much contact as possible, and then, yeah, just a sort of bit slower retrieve.
Yep. So you want to roll it so it's sort of just swimming just above the bottom and kicking out those vibrations.
Yeah, that's right, and in the bit of weed as well, so where the fish were hiding.
That's awesome, mate. So your first experience, 1 shot, 1 kill. You were nearly 300 grams clear of the second placed non-boater on the weekend. Have you fished many impoundments apart from the Glenbawn and St Clair, your locals? Are you thinking of maybe you might want to have a trip up to one of the rivers or up into Queensland to expand your horizons?
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about it. Yeah, the next one, that Clarence. Try and talk the fiance into come up for a weekend.
Nice. Oh, well, you might be able to deposit us somewhere a Luca or somewhere nice, because maybe Grafton's not the picture postcard backyard of the North Coast, but there are some very nice places on the beach there you might be able to set up. And hey, who knows? Who's saying you can't have 2 shots and 2 kills in this thing? Sean, thanks very much for joining us this afternoon. Is there anyone you want to thank for the weekend?
I'd like to thank my 2 boaters, Steve and Anthony. It was a great experience and learnt lots of tips and tricks along the way, and my fiance for letting me fish for the weekend.
That's good, mate. How did you go in that rain on the weekend? It fair bucketed down on Sunday. Were you one of the guys that was soaking wet at the end of it and shivering and cold?
Yeah, I was soaking wet. I only had a light jacket on, and I've been looking for a new jacket the last couple of days. So, yeah, I was pretty drenched.
There you go. Make sure you keep the ABT sponsor, Buck and Bass, in mind. They're our sponsor this year. Make a good cost a bit for the jacket, but I noticed the guys in the Buck and Bass gear on the weekend there, they were dry, warm, and smiling, and other guys were sort of shivering and running for the car, mate. So look, hopefully we'll see you at Clarence. Congratulations on your first win as an ABT non-boater, and let's hope you can do it again sometime in the future.
Thanks, Steve.